Play with a little bit of authority, a little bit of stun, rather than try and drop it in dead weight, which is with a sort of, you know, your right hand's a bit tight. You don't want to play drop-ins, you just want to stun it.
He's on the comeback, Mr. Trump.
Well, one thing for certain, Sean, you can't beat live sport. Every day's different.
Doesn't get any better than this, JV. We've got the best seats in the house. It's every snooker player's dream to play in this wonderful theatre, the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield. And some of those players are lucky to get to the title match. These pots from Judd keep going in. It's getting more and more uncertain who's going to lift that trophy tonight. The start of the day, it looked like there was only one winner of this match. But that is like shooting yourself in your own foot. Black off the spot at this stage. What's that going to cost him? You see the unforced error stats running across the bottom of the screen there. 10 against 4. Beautiful screw shot from O'Sullivan in perfect position. Had loose reds to play for, but chose to go into them, and he's been very, very unlucky.
6.
Could have played for at least the red under the pack there, chose to go in full-blooded. And he can pot a red to the middle pocket here, but be very, very difficult to hold for a colour.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously got an opportunity to get in behind the brown here, rather than the risky pot. That's what he's playing for. And looks like he's judged it to perfection.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 6.
Just needed a little bit more pace. But he's got Judd Trump in a spot of bother. There's the Crucible Theatre at its best.
First glance, I don't see a return to baulk here for Judd Trump. He could play the red above the pink and try to hit the right edge as we look of it. Super, super thin. That would lead him back to the green corner somewhere.
Yeah, I think if the black wasn't on the right-hand side cushion, you'd think about that, but just catch it a fraction thick, you're going to run into the black. But where's the alternative? He thinks he's found one. Tried to pot his way out of trouble. Thought it was that difficult. Tried to pot his way out of trouble. Easy starter for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, he was in a bit of a hole there, wasn't he? Couldn't see any option, and this is where O'Sullivan has been clinical throughout the whole tournament. More times than not, whenever he's got a chance to win a frame like this with the reds everywhere, he's gone ahead and won the frame.
Seven. Eight. 13. 14.
Well, that last camera angle showed us the pink not available into this bottom left-hand corner or right middle, so it's completely out of commission, as is the black. So just the blue, really, to work with.
Yes, and I don't think you'd really want to be considering the black.
90.
You'd have to be absolutely perfect to make it unmissable, so...
20.
The situation, the balls, sometimes you've got to play it that way. The balls dictate how you go about a break, so I think it would be blue, yellow and green for break building and scoring purposes. You could possibly think of, if you get
22.
nicely on the blue, cannoning into pink and bringing it into play. But
23.
you think that would be the only risk worth taking?
But as we were saying in the previous frame,
28.
you know, one of the things you associate with Ronnie is his elite level cue ball control. Well, that's
29.
short. So you're going to play the red from distance or round the house.
Yeah, and just these little misjudgments in position will be annoying
34.
Ronnie slightly. Got to keep his mind on the job here. He won't be happy he's getting the wrong side of the blue. But good pots.
35.
40 points the lead now. Still needs, well, 3 more reds to be sure. Played that nicely.
37.
Wrong side again, as you say, John. Bit of a grimace on the face of Ronnie there after that shot. It will be annoying him that he holds himself to such high standards positionally. I suppose if you keep potting them, it doesn't matter.
43. Sure.
Couple of reds needed now to clinch this frame. And Judd potted a cracking. Well, that's the safety shot where he made the mistake. Good safety shot from Ronnie. I was thinking when he missed the black and run it up the cushion, but yeah, that's the benefit of a good safety. Now holds he on the blue this
44.
time. Perfect. So this red to go 55 points in front with just 51 remaining. Never looked like going in.
55.
But that blue going in will keep Judd in his seat. Won't matter about the red. So Judd Trump got
Ronnie
in
O'Sullivan,
first, Mr.
55.
Black off the spot. Well, he's thinking of coming back, 60 points behind, 51 left. Well, it's a big ask. And he's not going to bother. So there you go. Ronnie O'Sullivan steadied the ship somewhat. One more frame to play in this session. It's massive.
Additional play. I mean, he never got right in the blue. I think maybe one time in that break. Listen, if Ronnie wins this frame, Judd's still done unbelievably well for himself in this session. But if he could somehow get this one, then it makes it interesting tonight.
But if Judd Trump wins it, what a chance it gives him, what belief it will give him for this final session tonight. This is a massive, massive frame.
It is, in this Crucible Theatre. 980 people packed in here. What drama it's witnessed since 1977 in this brilliant championship. This is frame 25. It's the last of the afternoon.
Final frame. Thank you. The final frame of the session, Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Decent break off from Ronnie. I don't think Judd will take this red. I don't think he's got the right potting angle. And most times he's decided to play the containing safety. Yeah, did well to avoid the double kiss. Just an interesting thing, when Ronnie went back to his seat again, you see sometimes he's using the little bit of sandpaper there. He's trying to burn the fibres off. There's just fibres coming off the tip. I was talking to him, Sean. He's had the tip on 4 months, which is quite a long time, and usually you get one ready for the World Championship, don't you? And he had Les Dodd come round just to doctor it up rather than put a new tip on. Would you have one on for 4 months?
Well, it's very rare, isn't it, that you get a tip that lasts that type of time. Weirdly, my tip's been on like you 2 years. I think I was just lucky and found a good one in the box, but yeah, those fibres, they just start fraying after a while. It doesn't mean that, you know, there's anything wrong with the tip. And you can either use a bit of paper or, you know, a flame, as Ronnie was doing there. It's a very old-fashioned way of trying to get the edges, and it's just a visual thing. It doesn't affect the tip. It just means when you're sighting down the cue, you see a very clean finish. You don't want to see those fibres poking out at the cue ball. Yeah, you could just see Ronnie there played that with a hint, a suggestion of left-hand side, just to keep the cue ball up that side of the table. See the cue ball here, checks off the cushion, goes back a bit straighter. That made the pot all that more difficult. But the significance and the importance of this last frame of the session cannot be underestimated. Both players aware of that, for sure. But it would be a completely different Judd Trump that comes out tonight if he trails by 15-10 or 14-11.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not noticeable with these long frame matches, but if he was to win this frame, that means he'll have won this session 6-2.
4.
Well, there's a red gone over the corner.
9.
He's got a red to the right corner. Hit the pink perfectly. Is he looking at a plant? There's a bit of a gap between the two of them. But right in the heart of the pocket.
Yeah, nicely played. Similar problems for Judd here as Ronnie had in the previous frame. The pink's out of commission and the black. So having to work with the smaller colours for the time being until he can develop the situation
16.
a little. And just looking at that little cluster of 4 to the right of the pink, if you hit the right one of that, you can see the plant there is shaped. Would knock into the 2 reds by the black. Of course, if you can get on the 2 reds that are left of the pink, that would open up access for the pink to the right middle. So just depends how he sees it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the situation. I thought it was nicely on the blue just to come off the top cushion. If he gets a nice angle on that red just above and to the left of the black, he might be able to pot that and move the other one away. Decided to play the cannon. Cannons can go wrong, and that's not good.
21.
Yeah, he hit the pink there first, which he may well have intended to do, I'm not sure. But if he'd hit the reds first, it was inconceivable that he wouldn't have been on one. Doesn't look like he's on a red now.
Judd Trump, 21.
Well, played safe, but he missed an opportunity there for me. Should have scored more than that. Needs to get the next chance. Well, Ronnie missed. Oh, the kiss on the pink has worked out well for Ronnie. Don't get me wrong, he's left a pot on. But he could have left the cue ball at this half of the table, so any pot would have been easy. But there is a shot. One to the left corner.
Goodness me. We were looking at what he'd left, and then he looked to the left middle pocket. And on its last roll, goes round the knuckle of the pocket and in. How big a fluke is that going to be?
Well, it's amazing. And not only that, it's brought the black into play. And he's perfect on the pink. Things that can happen on a snooker table. 12 foot long, 6 foot wide.
7. Eight.
Well, we said earlier that the significance of this frame cannot be understated. 14-11 tastes completely differently to 15-10 coming into tonight's
15.
final session of this World Championship. And how important, how significant is that fluke going to be tonight
16.
when the trophy gets handed out?
But the nature of the game is,
23.
when you get a bit of luck, take full advantage. You can soon go the other way.
24.
That's black to go 52 points in the lead. No cannons required. All the reds in the
31.
open. 3 reds, 3 covers will do it.
32.
sure he'd love to have that red again. Left himself too straight on the black. Now he's played for this red, which obviously shouldn't be a problem, but it is the hardest of the reds that are left on the table.
39.
Shouldn't miss it from there.
$40.
And just this black. That will leave Ronnie O'Sullivan needing snookers in this last frame of this session.
In goes the black. The Judd family
47.
will be very relieved. I'm very proud of what Judd has produced in this session.
48.
To retain that belief and to come out and do what he's done. Okay, the fluke will be the highlight of this frame, and that's probably the reason he's won it.
55.
But if you're in it, you can still win it.
56.
And that will keep Ronnie in his seat. Not lost a session so far in this World Championship. He's going to lose this one 6-2.
$61. $62. $69. $70. $72.
Lovely cue ball control.
$73.
All the talk this morning around the Crucible was, would we have an evening session? Didn't seem likely, in all honesty,
78.
after what happened last night. Not
80.
only have we got an evening session, we've got a match.
$83. $87. $92. $98.
So a great century to finish, aided, it has to be said, by a fluke. He started the session 7 behind. It's now 3. Game on!
Game on indeed. He started with a century this afternoon and he's finished with one.
Here we go with the climax of our 17 days in Sheffield. Please welcome Judd Trump. And now, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
So the stage is set. Ronnie O'Sullivan seeking a 7th world title since 2001. Judd Trump trying to become only the 10th multiple world champion here at the Crucible. A possible 10 more frames will sort it all out in this best of 35 frames marathon. And we're in the best of company in the commentary box with an all-Ireland double act. It's good evening to world champions Ken Doherty and Dennis Taylor.
Very good evening, Hazel. A very good evening, everyone. And the reception that both players have got this evening was quite incredible. There's so many stories, and look at that little smile on Judd's face. And it's Judd who's going to get the first frame underway.
Frame 26. Judd Trump to break.
Just waiting for a few of the audience to settle down. Important to get a good break off. And I don't know about you, Ken, but I've got sweaty palms here in the commentary box on finals night.
Yeah, good evening, Dennis. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Crucible Theatre. The final between Ronnie O'Sullivan and Judd Trump. And what an atmosphere and an ovation for both players.
Can you lower the sound of your earpieces a little bit, please?
That's not a good one from Ronnie O'Sullivan. If it hits the blue, he could be leaving this red, and he has done. A little bit of a nervy one. Hit the wrong red there, so we're sounds of a little bit of nerves from the 6 times champion.
A little bit of noise coming from somewhere. I think the referee just mentioned about the earpieces. Maybe they're turned up a little bit too loud.
Is that a hear aid that's beeping?
Something.
Can you please switch it off? Thank you.
Bleeping slightly. It's such a fabulous theatre, but you can hear every little noise. Well, you wouldn't call it a decent chance because the black was knocked over to the side near the cushion there, and the pink's out of play, so there's 2 or 3 reds available, but far from an easy chance this. And straight away he's finished perfect on the red if he wants to get on the black. The only thing is the black's the wrong side of the table for a left-hander, so he may elect to go for the blue and then split the pink and reds up. No, he wants to get that black, and he's dropped in behind it. And the only problem, he's finished tight in the cushion, so he can't stun it to leave that red that's to the right and to the back. But there's one to the left of the pink. I don't know if he can run through and finish on that.
It's just the fact that it's gone so close to the cushion, he can't hold it for those 2 reds at the bottom of the pack, and that's why there was a little grimace from Judd Trump. Can he run the, or is he going to try and hold? He may run the cue ball into the pack of reds, hope to bring out something. It's gone wrong. Yeah, he really needed that cue ball off the cushion. Couldn't hold the cue ball.
Touching ball.
Touching ball, so that's not too bad. He can just play away from the red.
Judd Trump 12.
I expect a little bit of an edgy start in this first frame of this session.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Dennis. I think these opening exchanges so important for both players, and particularly for Ronnie O'Sullivan, because he's being pegged back and there's a bit more pressure on him now. That was a good safety shot. Yeah, momentum firmly with his opponent, Judd Trump. It was a wonderful session of snooker from him this afternoon, winning 6 of the 8 frames. Now, can he swerve around the blue here and the yellow? He's got to be very close. Yeah, he's okay. A little bit of swerve. That's pretty good. Well played.
Mentioned this afternoon, the feature of Judd Trump's game these days is safety has improved dramatically over the last couple of seasons. That's why he's won so many tournaments. But Ronnie, when he wants to be, is one of the best tactical players in the game. He's hit that a little thin, but everything's safe.
Yeah, I was just so impressed with Judd Trump's character, determination this afternoon. A lot of fighting qualities, which great champions do. And he's given himself a chance tonight, and no doubt about that. Now, first half opportunity for Ronnie O'Sullivan. This long red into the bottom right corner pocket.
That is a wonderful opening long red there. Okay, he's not perfect on the blue, but he's just checking to see if he can get on the red near the pink. It's not straightforward. If that red doesn't go, the one to the left of the black is very awkward to get on, so it's not a decent chance by any means, but this is a player that can soon develop a game in a couple of shots. Oh. I thought he was going to miss that. It wobbled a little bit.
It looked a bit wide, didn't it? Yeah, but that opening red, if anything was going to settle your nerves, it's certainly knocking pots in like that. That red was beautifully cued.
7.
Now, as he got top side of the blue, needs to go. The cue ball may have a slight angle. Just a slight angle.
Well, that was a wonderfully played shot. There's so much side on that. And the white picked up speed, and he's developed a couple of reds. So one more good pot and nice position, and he can give himself a real opportunity in this opening frame.
Yeah, well played.
13.
He's held it for the pink, and he's just having a look at the red. Second red from below the pink spot. I think it will pot into this bottom left corner pocket. Yeah, there you see. It's pretty tight, but it's okay. Can hold for that.
$19. $20.
That's a wonderful positional shot as well, judging it off the side cushion. He can play for a couple of reds now. So important for Ronnie just to re-establish himself. Okay, he's got a 3-frame lead, but he was shut out for a lot of that session this afternoon by his opponent, who played superbly well.
26. 27.
I mentioned this afternoon, after 17 days, Ronnie looks fresh, he looks focused. And even though he lost that session 6-2, he's come out this evening
34.
and he still looks very fresh and focused.
Yeah, he does, and that was a lovely little shot he played there. Just that little cannon, delicate little
35.
cannon, just holding for that red. And this is where he's at his best. Around the black, beautiful little series of stuns and follow throughs and soft screws. Brilliant. His cue ball control is second to none.
42.
Got to be careful here if he nudges the red, but he should be okay. In fact, he can
43.
avoid canning the red. But I think everything's blocking each other into the left corner, and the angle he has on the pink got a bit to do with the cue ball here. And here it comes. How's your luck, Ronnie? That may have looked easy, but that was some shot he's played there.
The amount of spin he had on the ball there, fizzing it off two cushions. That's in. That's okay.
50.
What an opportunity now.
$57. 58.
So he just needs one more red, and while he's doing what great champions seem to be able to do at the start of a session, the king of the
65.
crucible, Stephen Hendry, used to do this so often. Start
66.
a session with a frame-winning break, and the number of times they made a century, both Stephen Hendry and Steve Davis.
This bit sublime break from
73.
6 times champion. He was asked a question.
74.
He's certainly coming up with the answers in this first frame for sure. What a wonderful opening red to start this break. With his cue ball on a string. Beautiful control.
81. 82.
Oh, what a shame the black
Yes,
doesn't go in.
82.
But what a start for the Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan. He got one opportunity and he made a frame-winning break. And now he leads by 15 frames to 11.
The same. So that was Ronnie O'Sullivan showing his authority at the table straight out the blocks.
It was definitely twitchy this afternoon, wasn't it, from Ronnie's perspective, as Judd was really making a comeback today.
Yeah, it's just an awkward game sometimes. It doesn't matter how good you are. I mean, if the other bloke gets the cue ball and gets a few runs of the ball here and there and you're not quite at it, it can easily run away from you. And Judd played very well this afternoon, has to be said. He looked a lot fresher himself after playing that long match with Mark Williams in the semi-final that was 17-16. So he upped his game this afternoon, of that there's no doubt, and Ronnie dipped slightly, it has to be said.
In these best of 35 frame matches, you get to 5, you get to 10, you get to 15. They're milestones, only 3 to go here.
27. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
So Ronnie O'Sullivan breaks off frame 27. Three frames away to equal history here at the Crucible. What can this man do to stop him? He wants to create a little bit of his own history.
Straight away, he's looked at that plant. He's coming around to have another look at it. If he takes this on, everything's going to open up. Well, now you can see it, but it's a 4-ball plant he's possibly looking at here. You can see the other red that's away from the bunch. As we pull out, it's just going to the left of the pocket. And he's decided on the loose red, and that's a pretty good choice, I think. Well, it's so unfortunate to land there after that fabulous long red.
Yeah. Wonderful. But unfortunate.
Blue ball.
A little bit careless, that one. Look where the yellow's gone. Big target now. Yellow, green and brown to get in behind. And Ronnie's so good at this particular part of the game. Oh, he's hit that far too thin. Can Judd get the cue ball in behind those colours? Needs to miss the brown.
He'd be disappointed with that. There's a big target behind brown and yellow, and now there's an even bigger one. I'd be expecting Ronnie O'Sullivan to put the cue ball behind those 3-ball colours here. A little bit short of pace. Has he got the cover? I don't think so. Just about on that red.
Certainly knocking a few long ones in that he hasn't been doing throughout this year's Betfred World Championship, because he's been relying on his B game, which has got him through some of the matches. He's missed a few long ones, but if he starts knocking those in, he's going to be dangerous. Now, how's your luck here, Judd? It's okay, I think. Depends on the one next to the pink. He's a bit unlucky, you know. In fact, he's very unlucky if that one doesn't go. Couldn't have hit this any better.
Yeah, this red does pot into this bottom right corner pocket, but it's a very acute angle. He's bridging over a couple of reds. There's the 2002 world champion Peter Ebden. Great to have him along this year. Of course, he was helping Jack Lazowski out. Made a wonderful run to the quarterfinals.
And there's Bond. The name's Bond. Nigel Bond, who's retired this year. Wonderful ambassador for our game.
This time the cue ball is looking good behind yellow and brown, and that's a wonderful safety shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan. And there's no gap. May try and drop on this red just behind the black on the top cushion, just off one cushion just before the middle pocket on the right. It's a delicate one, doesn't want to go by it.
looks perfect, this. This is not easy to get side on it when you're swerving it like that. That could go wrong that way. And Ronnie knows that. That's why he's changed his shot. If he's looking at this long red into the left corner, well, he certainly looked at it, but this is so tough. If it's just off straight, this would be an unbelievable pot. Oh, what a shot he's taking on here. Oh, what a shot. Well, that's up there with the shots of the championship, it has to be said. To pot it, but to screw the white back like that, brilliant.
What an amazing shot. Not many players in the game could actually play that shot. He's blessed with timing, cue par, Judd Trump. And he got perfect position on the blue as well.
6.
Played that nice, played for the red left to the black, so that will open the black now when he puts this into both corner pockets and sort of free up that area a little bit. Oh,
7.
Need that cue ball to go through just a fraction more. He's slightly hampered by this red. Fractions, just fractions, anywhere but hampered on that red, and he was perfect.
Yeah, when you're bridging over the ball like that, it's so easy to get a little bit of unwanted side on it.
Well,
that's a wonderful chance again now. These all should have been Judd's. In this game, when you miss and you go back to your seat, you've got to just watch your opponent knock the ones in that you should have had.
8.
That's why it's such a tough sport.
Nine.
Playing for the pink into the left corner. He'll just leave the cue ball almost exactly where the pink is now. Just stop it dead. Perfect. The red into the opposite corner. And what a chance this is. Judd Trump will be so disappointed
15.
with that opportunity.
16.
Penny for your thoughts.
$23. 24.
I must say, Dennis, though, Ronnie does look very calm, and very composed. He was put under a bit of pressure. There was a few little signs that maybe just getting to him, but looks like a different player already
31.
this evening.
$32.
Well, he had a few hours to talk with a few friends, and I think Steve Peters is here. So they'll have chatted about things, and he's come out, as we said, looking very fresh.
39.
And he's up for the job of winning his 7th world title.
40. $47. 48.
He's on 15 centuries at the moment. He'll make sure of the frame first. He's already 33 in front.
55. 56.
Yeah. 43 at the moment. Black will be 50 with 51 remaining, so just one red, and it looks like it's going to be a formality. Quick glance at
63.
the score. 51 ahead, so.
64.
Pretty much straightforward. What a start from Ronnie O'Sullivan here, Dennis.
Well, he's taken all Stephen Hendry's records, with the exception of
71.
the number of world titles he's won. Stephen Hendry has made 16 centuries in the World Championship one year, equalled by Mark Williams this year. And Ronnie, if he can make a century here, will join that elite group.
79. 80.
Nice shot, leaves himself a nice angle on the pink that he can bring that yellow into play. Little delicate shot, beautifully played. The possibility of another
86.
record equaling break here if he gets the century.
88.
Oh, has to go around the table. Well, he's going to play the green in the centre. Oh, such a shame. But a wonderful break of 88 from the 6 times champion of the world. He edges closer to the elusive 18. He leads Judd Trump now by 16 frames to 11.